What's up, everybody? We're live. Welcome to the stream. It's a good day. Right back here on this computer, you can see it actually open on the ground. I actually have data transferring between hard drives. This is my old computer. I'm just cleaning up some stuff I found on some old hard drives. Threw away some old school SSDs. No, not SSDs, hard disk drives that were like 200 gigs, which was like a big deal 10 years ago. Transferring a bunch of data over to a 1 terabyte external hard drive, and that might take most of the night. So I'm just going to leave that running. In the meantime, today we're going to keep working on Adobe Lunch. One of the great ideas I had, maybe because we're doing tracking and recommendations at work, but for Adobe Lunch, I'd like to do some basic tracking of the number of times each place has been accepted and rejected. And I needed just a really lightweight place to store this data. So what I came up with was this thing called Airtable. Just give myself an opportunity to learn something new. I already know Firebase decently. But Airtable seems like a really easy way to just use an API to give you a CRUD application. So all I'm going to be doing is just throwing like an ID, a number of accepts, and a number of rejects into an Airtable. Should be really simple. So let's pop open my desktop here, and as you can see, I've got some of the kids are moving. No, they're good. I've got 3 things here that I'll be working on. Tracking, that's going to be this release, Airtable. Next up after that, I think I'm going to change what API I'm using. I think I'm going to move over to Google Maps. Or maybe just hard code the data myself. I don't know. Just I need a change. Foursquare is giving me some funky results, and I need to really make sure that these are really honed in. And then finally, I think it'd be fun to like show over time as this Airtable gets populated, what are the most popular and least popular places. So you could show like the top 5 places with the most number of accepts, or the bottom 5 places with like the most number of rejects. And I think that'll kind of give the lay of the land of like what sucks and what's good. And hey, maybe in the future down the line, you start dropping things off that list if they suck really hard. Like I think McDonald's is even on that list for that Foursquare is returning, and like obviously nobody's gonna go there. So we're gonna get started on tracking. There's a couple issues in here. One is track accepted venues, and one is track rejected venues. First thing I'm gonna do is go to airtable.com, and if you're not familiar, it's pretty cool. It's just a really simple way to like. So first you create a workspace. Let me kind of show you the overview here. You create a workspace. And in that workspace, you create a base. I'm not really sure what like bases are, but you give it like a logo and a color and stuff. But you click on this base, and this is like think of this as like a database table or a database document. And so you can have like different fields here. So for instance, this field, what was an unnamed record? Can I give it a name? That's weird. Okay. So this field has a string. So it's a single line text, and this field is the table's primary field. It can't be hidden or removed. So think of this as like the primary key. So this is going to be the ID of the place. And then this field is a number field. So I call it accepted. And this is a number where it's an integer, not a decimal. And by default, it's 0. And then same thing for rejected. So think of this as like where you're defining your data model. And then what they do here, it's pretty nice, is you go over to help, API documentation, they just freaking generate for each table that you have. So I called mine places. These are the fields. And if you click on JavaScript here in this tag, they just generate like an API for you. So like if I want to create a record, this is how I would do it. Right here. And luckily enough, Airtable has an NPM module that I could just install and use. And I don't have to worry about, dealing with their API or whatever. Should be really, really easy. Now, I'm going to do this from the client side, but I might make a serverless function. I might start with client side and then just start moving into serverless functions later. Just want to get this going. I'm looking back, checking the progress of this thing. It looks like it's going to take another hour. We'll see. So first and foremost, what are we doing here? Let's get the Airtable. Grabs a few records, example, documentation. Yeah, official API client. Airtable.js. Do they have the... Yeah. npm install Airtable. Oh, is it different for the client server? The Airtable API provides a simple way of accessing your data, whether it's... Okay, whatever. You'll use the table names to address... Node.js. To use Airtable in the browser, use airtable.browser.js, which is in the build folder. What does that mean? Oh. Oh, holy fuck. Is this the whole thing? Yeah. I don't like that. So it sounds like a serverless function is the way to go. But... Okay, then in that case, can I just use the API? So let's see, create a record. Yeah. JavaScript just wraps this. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, so I might have to make a serverless function. So let's do this. Let's say the ID is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Number of accepteds is... should be fine. Oh, yeah. It will delete that. Refresh this page. Okay, so... update or replace. An update will only update the fields you specify, leaving the rest as they were. A replace will perform a destructive update. Okay. Um... Let's see, Airtable increment value by 1. Or maybe I can mess with these fields. Similar attachment checkbox multi number. Yeah, this is no good. What's roll up? Cancel. Okay. So it looks like we're gonna have to read it and write it all at the same time. App FP9B. Okay. Okay. So I think I get it. Let's get moving. Let's get moving. I think I get what's going on here. So first things first. In our utils folder, we should probably make a new file called airtable.js, and we will start by using just the raw API calls. So let's make 2 arrow functions. How do we do this? We'll make one called accept and one called reject. And we'll export an object with both of them in it. So we need my API key, what's this, like the table ID? The ID of this base. And what else? Base ID, maybe like the base name. And so the URL is going to be all this stuff. And so we will substitute places for the base name. We'll call this API. And this will be the base ID. So that's what we're starting with. Okay. So for accepting, what do we do? What does curl -- data do? Okay. So what do we need to do? We need to get the entry. Find accepts. Increment by 1. Update entry. So 2 API calls. So let's retrieve a record. Okay, so we need to use fetch with headers. Fetch header bearer token. How do we do that? Nothing good there, nothing good. Okay, let's just start with the API key. So it's going to be the API slash. It ends in places. Nope. No slash. And then the API key. Then what? Okay, that's how you authenticate. Use a GET request at the places endpoint. Return records do not include fields with empty values. Means the following parameters fields. No, retrieve a record. Places and then the ID. Then the query parameter at the end. Gonna lower the temperature in here. It is hot. Okay. And this ID is going to be something that's passed in. Okay, now how did I do fetch over here? That's it, huh? This is async. So the URL is going to be the API with the params, right? API with the query params. And we'll set up params to just be API underscore key, which will be API key. Import query params. Once we get this one done, the second one's going to be way faster. Okay, query, great. Now that's the URL. Now we can actually get the entry. So the response is a GET request to that URL. Okay, dope. Okay. So we're doing okay so far. So now let's actually in our use place hook. Yeah. On accept and reject, we want to call this stuff. So let's say import Airtable from utils Airtable, and then we should be able to on accept say Airtable dot accept with the ID of the place. And let's give it a shot. We should at least have something going on here. So on accept, yeah. This is gonna open up, but right. So we do have an ID. Okay, obviously my secret's not there. Error, great. Okay, so it's really easy to generate API keys, so I'm just gonna show you mine, no big deal. But what I am gonna do is set this in my environment. So I'm going to switch to my face for a second. And in my environment, I'm going to say Gatsby Airtable API key. Then instead of actually using my API key, I can just say process.env.gatsby Airtable API key. And because I updated an environment variable, I need to reload. Okay, we'll go back here. And again, this will show up in my output, but that's okay. Okay, so I'm getting 404 not found. So let's see, retrieve a record. Oh, because it might not exist. Right. So let's use ID 12345. So in use place, just set that as 12345. No matter what. So I want that one. Still not found. So network, here's the call. It's a get on api.airtable.com v0. The thing that ends in P9B. Places. Slash something. Oh. Fuck. So I must not be understanding this. Yeah, so this record has an ID. So how can I like get all of them where something matches? Okay. What is a view? A formula. Okay, let's do logical. Okay, so how about we try I don't really know how I'm going to encode that. What's it called? A filter by formula? ID equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, this is harder than I thought. Error not found. What about JavaScript, a URL, and code? Let's see if this works if I encode it. Oh, fuck. So that ain't working. Back to Airtable. Let's do this. Encode URI component. This part. Not found. I don't know. Airtable curl filter by formula encoding. Oh, nice. Oh. So does it work? No. Let's see. Right. So I got it. So what's different here? ID doesn't have anything around it. So what's the difference here? I'll log them out side by side. Oh, I'm a dumbass. I'm still including the key in there. I don't need it. I don't need this ID. Again. Let's go again. Got him. So dumb. So let's try this again. ID equals ID. Okay, cool. So that works. Now what happens when we get nothing back? Man, this is taking a long time. Not good. Why unprocessable entity? Okay. That's weird. Really? Shit. Okay, so maybe we do need to put some quotes around this or something. Yeah, okay. So it looks like it needs quotes around it if it's got some numbers or letters in there or something. And it looks like the safe way to do that is put the parentheses around the field name as well. Okay, wowee. That took a long time. So this is records. If not, records.length log no entry. Create one. Okay, so it's JSON, not too bad. Yikes, this is taking a while. Okay. So let's whip out this Foursquare one real quick. Oh. So we're going to create a new entry that has a single accepted number. Okay, else Okay. So let's see, I need a fetch with headers. So Airtable is application JSON. That's really all we care about. Data is going to be an object that starts with records, which is an array, and our first object is that thing. And that object starts with fields, which is another object. All right, that's a pain in the butt. Records, fields, ID. Records, fields, ID. Params are still the API key. So now we set our URL. Great. So fetch will be called with the URL and then an array of options. Our method is post. Then we include headers, which we've already defined, and then the body is JSON stringified data. And what does this return us? Example response. It's an object. Okay, a lot of code, man. A lot of code. Gonna refactor the shit out of this, but just got to get it working. Okay, so there's our Airtable. We're gonna accept this. And data is not defined. Airtable JS 11. Okay, fix that. Easy enough. No entry. Create one. Dope. Dope. So let's delete that. I don't want to delete the view. I just want to delete this thing. Okay. Airtable 7. Console logging sucks. Hmm. Can I chain that? That'd be cool. Oh, that sucks. Okay. Okay, so otherwise update existing record. So we have this thing, records. And what we want to do is say record dot accepted is equal to record dot accepted plus 1. And now we can send it back. So let's see, let's do like, I don't know, something that comes up a lot. California Pizza Kitchen, dope. rec.fields. Show me California Pizza Kitchen. Okay, whatever. I'll just do the Grove twice. Then again. Okay, so how do we update? What's a patch? I like it. So very similar to the previous one. ID and then fields. Okay. This is the worst code I've ever written, you guys. And I know I'm being way too quiet, but this is taking a lot of head work right now. So accepted is going to be record.accepted +1. Options are much the same. It's post, headers. Okay, and here we go. Actually do the update. Oh yeah, worst code I've ever written. So Taco Bell, no entry, create one. NYP is the last part. Okay. And so let's do it again. It's not a post, it's a patch. Okay. Patch. Hmm. Okay, what's going on here? Let's log data. So there's Perry's. What? Something's wrong with record not accepted. Undefined? Wait, no entry, create one. Existing entry. Update it. Something going wrong here? No entry, create one. Existing entry. Update it. Oh, because I'm stupid. Fields dot accepted +1. EJXA. Perfect. And again, it gets picked again. Yep, now it's a 3. And I don't like it. We'll do Freebirds. Freebirds is brand new. Okay. Delete the whole damn thing. Okay, that's that's working. So we need to simplify the shit out of this. So what are the menus, or what are the methods that we need to abstract here? Because there is a lot going on right now in this code. First of all, I want to get rid of like every single console log in here. All right, so we need an update. And we really need like a read one by ID. They call it find or filter. It's a filter by name, kind of. What's a JavaScript say? Yeah. All right. Not doing much for us there. What are they calling it? List records? List. Made 3 fetch calls. So this was a list call. The second one was in a create. And the third one was an update. Okay. Let's make this a little bit easier. List, all we really want to take in is a filter. And what's this going to return? This is going to return records. List is async. And let's do the headers thing. I'd like to put authorization header in there. Okay. And so the options are going to be headers. We'll make sure to specify the method. Get on this one. No body here. So there's URL and options. And query and URL are constants. Okay, holy shit. That's a lot better. So, what are we doing here? We can get rid of all this crap. Get entry. We can just say list. Records equals list. Did I set the URL right in there? URL. Yes, API query. Okay, let's see if this works. Places is empty. It's a promise. Fuck. We do have to await it. Yeah, list is async. Okay. Try again. Okay, great. Okay. So if not records.length, there's nothing there. We'll create a new one. Ugh, okay. So we'll create a new one with the ID. So that's been passed in to create. Then we need to update it. So the headers, we're going to go ahead and copy this here. Make sure we get the bearer token in. So data is going to be a single record. Yep. Everything looks good. Response. Turn record. Okay, cool. So basically this is if one doesn't exist, make it, and then get rid of this else. This else statement is just update. So let's make sure this works. We're just creating it with the ID and letting everything else be default. So we will delete that record. And so this one shouldn't exist. Obviously, this is going to barf on itself later. Yeah, I don't... shit. I thought this was going to default. I guess not. That's kind of dumb. Or did I just... think I lost the stream there for a second? Hopefully I'm back. So, yeah. Let's delete this record. Try again. It'll still shit on itself, but I just want to make sure newly created ones. See, yeah, so you have to specify. That kind of sucks. I thought the whole point was that you're going to have default. YouTube is not getting any stream data. We're in trouble, boys and girls. Oh, okay, there we go. Issues with OBS right now. Hey, hope things are going well. We'll see. All right. And then what do we got to do here? We need to track the record that was created. So whatever, let's just get this update working and go from there. First and foremost, update is async. Everything is now const. So let's see, what do we need to pass in here? Let's get our bearer token in the headers. I think we need to pass in an ID and some fields. So I'm going to comment this because I know I'll need that later. But otherwise, it's just ID and fields. So what's going to happen here is update. With the record.id and an object that says accepted is record.fields.accepted +1. Okay, I think this makes sense. So at the beginning, we just pull all the records, see if they're there. If they are not there, we make one and set that to be the current record. If they are there and we found one, we grab it. Then we update. We update it like this. That's what happens on accept. Reject. It's literally the exact same thing. But we update the rejected field. So for create, we no longer need the query. So the URL is just API. rid of that API key there. Same with update. Yeah, we don't need the params. URL is API. Okay, any problems? None. Ugh, let's just rebuild the whole damn thing and try this out. Took me longer than I wanted to do this. But we got it done in one video. Still pretty impressive for a brand new technology. A glorified spreadsheet with an API. Okay. So, here we go. I'm going to move this to the side here. And I'll put this on the bottom. Just so we can see if anything's going wrong. Okay, Hat Creek, no. Reload places, nothing happened. I know why nothing's happening. Use places doing nothing on reject. Can I read property accepted of undefined? I don't know. Let's try again. Cannot read property rejected of undefined. So something's going on. Something is going on. So we'll log out records here and then determine what's happening. No records. Found a record. And then we'll log it out in each situation. At the bottom here, we'll log record.fields.rejected. Okay. So I'm going to press this, and I'm stupid. No records. Perfect. No records. And then I print out a record. Oh. That is records. Because you can create multiple at a time, that's why. Okay, this will fix it for sure. Okay. Boo. No, whoops. Delete that. Okay. Boo, nobody likes McDonald's. Damn it. Cannot read property fields of undefined. So records, they don't exist. So now records is Airtable. What are you doing? What does create return? What does list return? I'm destructuring that in list. And what about update? Same thing? Records. Yep. Yeah, so everything can be done in batch. That's why. So records. Yep. Okay, we should be good. Oh, should be good, should be good, should be good. Okay, I'm kind of waiting for the... Food, Bakery Lorraine, noodles, houndstooth. I haven't gotten a duplicate yet? That got rejected twice, whatever it was. Vodka. There we go. There we go. Okay. Getting around to it. And let's say we like Sway. All right, tracking works. Shitty implementation. Okay. Is this what we really want? I might want to get rid of this accept code. Because I'm just trying to think like how to most effectively structure this. It's 11:30. Yikes. Okay, I'm going to take a quick restroom break. I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. So, it's been a tough one. Slow going. I have a feeling it might have been easier to do the JavaScript, the node portion um, myself. Or rather, to use the node library and write a serverless function rather than um, do all this jazz, kind of writing this stuff myself. I feel like it's also probably dangerous to do this on the client side. It's not good. But I have some ideas on how to fix this. That'll be later. That will be later. So looking at this now, how do we want to clean it up before we commit? Part of me is like in use place. Do we not use this Airtable dot accept? I don't really like that. I kind of want to export, list, create, and update. Instead, and then here for accept and reject, just copy that code. List, create, and update. All right, cool. Okay. So on accept, yeah, we're listing them out, creating one if need be, and then going ahead and updating it. And then after that, we are moving forward with the getting the proper window URL. Okay. And then we need the reject, so we can get rid of accept. We need the reject, which is like the exact same thing. This is place.id. And then I think we're good to go. Delete accept and reject out of Airtable. And booyah. So let's try this whole song and dance again where we open these side by side. I'm just going to delete every single record out of here. And just go for it again. So no on Hat Creek, perfect. No on Draft Shack, no, 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 no. Sweet, okay. There you go, got some getting rejected twice. Okay, cool. And then, okay, this time I like mad greens. All right. Dude, tracking is working. Sick. Now I'm happy with that. That's better looking code. I'm not doing anything with this information, but I will be soon. So do we have any releases here? Oh yeah, this is going to be 1.2. So let's check our package.json. Yeah, 1.2. Okay. So that's been updated. I added the Airtable helper file. And then use place. I use the list, create, and update methods from Airtable in order to track and actually, you know what? I've got an idea to make this better. I'm gonna make another helper file called tracker.js. I feel like this will automatically get blocked by about 1 million things. Little boy's moving. And so tracker.js is going to have essentially two things, one for accept and one for reject. This is the file that's going to roll all this stuff up. And all they're going to do is take an ID. So let's copy that over, stick this code into accept. And update fires and we forget about it. So that's fine. And here's reject. Which now needs to be async. Just takes in an ID to reject. Great. And I'm going to export default accept and reject. Because here, I'll bring in utils tracker, and I'll just say import tracker from tracker. And now in accept, I can just say tracker.accept place.id. And tracker.reject place.id. And they share so much code, but that's okay. And again, let's mess with this, right? Let's pull up Adobe Lunch there, and we'll pull up Airtable over here. Nope. Ooh, what's going on? Oh, because this is my local copy. Rejecting, rejecting, rejecting. There we go. Got one twice. Got a couple twice, and now I like Lavaca. Cool. Okay, just cleaning up, right? This has got to be better. So look how easy this is. We just import our tracker, tracker.accept. Which doesn't need to be async. And tracker.reject, which does need to be async. Okay, our Airtable helpers for list, create, and update. And our tracker file, which just rolls all that up into some easy accept and reject functions. This feels a lot better. Track accepts and rejects in Airtable, and this closes two issues. Number 17 and number 9. This is in the Airtable branch. We'll be able to merge that over. Now our issue should become closed after it's get pushed. Sweet. Our milestone here, tracking, should be done. And let's open up our releases in another tab here. Actually, so let's triple check the code. Package.json should be 1.2. Yeah, tracking. Oh, excuse me, is 1.2. Yikes. Tracking is now closed. We'll edit it up to include the link to the release. And let's go ahead and release 1.2. Publish 1.2 tracking. Let's check it out. 3 releases. Yeah, tracking. Yay or nay. Okay. And this is tag v1.2. Perfect. And then we'll pop over to Netlify. Make sure all is good. All will not be good in Netlify. I can tell you that right now. I got to add my environment variable. So I'm going to pop open this camera here for a second. Grab my Gatsby Airtable API key. Okay, that's done, and I'll hop over to the main page. Probably need to trigger another deploy for this to work, to have it pick up that environment variable. Yeah, I had OBS go down on me today. I wonder what was going on there. Really, really shitty frame drop rate today. Okay, building. We'll hit the bottom and see what happens. Come on. Almost done. Site is live. Okay. Let's go back to deploys. Okay. This is published. So let's go to the live one. And again, open up Airtable. All right, sick. It's working. Updates are working as well. Culinary dropout. Approved. How about again? Approved. Again, approved. Culinary dropout has 3. Okay, amazing. Everything's working. Now let's not touch this anymore. I probably need like a good dev environment. You know, like a... Man, that's a good idea. Like places, and then I just have like another table. As like dev or something. I don't know. Anyways, this is great. I've got analytics on this website as well. Let's check it out. Adobe Lunch. Yeah, not very good. 3 users, 5 users. Let's do like last 28 days. Yeah. Not very good. What can you say? Alrighty, well, I'm super happy with it. Airtable is pretty dang nice. Try it out. Honestly, try it out. It's not too bad. But with that, that is our tracking. In future releases, we're gonna do something of that information. Maybe just at least show the most popular or the least popular places. I might just show it as a little sidebar on the home page, or maybe make a dedicated page for like kind of rankings. That would be kind of neat. But until then, I'll catch you on the next one. Peace out.